Hello everybody, welcome to our summer camp. Today we will continue our lectures. Okay. Hello everybody, welcome to our summer camp. Okay, I see that we will continue our lectures. Okay. Hello everybody, welcome. I see that our translation is going on, so everything is okay. So today the topic is Giuoco Piano or King's Gambit. So most of the time I will speak in English, but sometimes I will translate in Russian because most of our auditory is Russian speaking players and students. So now I will translate in Russian. Всем добрый день. Сегодня мы продолжаем наши летние лекции. И в рамках сегодняшней лекции будет тема Giuoco Piano or King's Gambit. То есть сегодня мы поговорим с вами о начале партии, различных направлениях, да, в начале партии. И разберем один из самых популярных ходов, особенно он популярен среди начинающих шахматистов, это ход Е4, да, и рассмотрим различные ветки этого направления. Большую часть занятий я буду говорить на английском, но иногда буду переводить на русский, да, чтобы все-таки было для тех, кто не совсем все понимает, чтобы они тоже не отставали, да, и тоже были в курсе, о чем мы с вами беседуем. Так, сейчас мы еще пару-тройку минут подождем основных участников. И расскажу, еще раз вкратце напомню про наш лагерь и расскажу немножко вкратце про сегодняшнее занятие. Дальше буду продолжать на английском. Okay, let's continue. So, last week we had, and this week we had already six lessons, yes. So, last time my topic was tactics, different algorithms and different techniques, mechanics of tactics. So, today my topic will be about the openings, yes. So the main opening that we will today, the main move that we will today discover is e4. It is one of the most popular moves. Also another popular move is d4, yes, but e4 I think for the beginners it's the most popular move. But you know that after this move there are plenty of variations, plenty of different moves that black and white can do. So today we will discover e4, and and for black's move it will be e5. So today we will have only this branch, and after this branch we will discover different variations. Okay, so for the beginners, you know that there are plenty of variants to play. Some people like to play to attack, some like to defend, some like more positional games, some like tactics, and so on. And today we will see which opening has we'll see different pros and cons of different openings. Okay, so okay, it was a brief description, yes, of the today's lesson. Так, переведу, да. Сегодня мы рассмотрим основной ход за белых, это e4 в качестве начала, и ответ за черных e5. Дальше у нас может быть множество различных дебютов разыгранного. Мы сегодня рассмотрим основные из них, да, и вообще поговорим про базовые правила шахмат, да, базовые правила, точнее, не шахмат, а базовые правила, как играть в дебюте. То есть основные правила, и посмотрим, как те или иные правила применяются в том или ином дебюте. Дальше мы с вами обсудим, что для различных шахматистов у них свой стиль. Кто-то любит атакующие шахматы, кто-то стратегические, да, то есть позиционные шахматы, больше от защиты поиграть. И мы сегодня рассмотрим различные варианты, и кто-то может для себя тоже подметить, что ему больше нравится. Вот. Ну и во-вторых, отметим, почему все-таки, сразу забегу наперед, не стоит играть слишком атакующие дебюты, даже если вы атакующий шахматист. Почему это не так хорошо? Играть максимально атакующие дебюты, да, гамбиты. Окей. Let's start. So now it's time. And first of all, let's discuss what are the main principles of the game in the opening. So what are the main principles of the game in the opening? Please send me the answers on YouTube in the comments. Please tell me what are the main principles. You know, there are practically 3 main rules, or maybe someone can tell that there are 5 main rules in the opening. Please tell me what are they? What are the main rules? Please send me your answers. Okay. The general principles of the opening, first of all, is to capture the center. Yes, is to capture the center. So in the opening, the sides are preparing for battle, and the task of each player is to make the best position to their forces. Yes. So what are their forces? Pawns, pieces, yes, queen, king, and so on. It is very important to remember that you can't win a game with only one piece or one pawn. So you don't need to move only one pawn to develop only one piece. Yes, so you need to develop all the pieces and to make the combination of moves, yes, that will make your position the best. So in the opening, as events are developing rapidly, so every move in the opening is of great importance. So it's not the middle of the game, it's the beginning of the game. So in the beginning of the game, the moves are very important because you need to conquer the space. Yes, you need to capture the space. You need to move your pieces on the best positions, and you need not to allow your opponent to move the pieces on the best positions. So again, please send me the answers. What are the main rules? So the first rule I said you that it is to capture the center. What are another rules? Okay. So what did we do with the first move? With the first move, we fight for the center with our pawn. Yes, it is one of the main rules. To fight for the center. Yes, to capture the center. Okay, what's next? What we should do next? Do we have to move the pawns again? Or do we need to do something else? Okay, first of all, I think we need to develop the light pieces. Yes, so our knight and our bishop. So the first we need to develop our knight. Yes. So the order of the development of the figures is a knight, yes, then elephant, and only then we castling. Yes, the third rule is to castle the king. We just talk about this rule later. Yes, and then only we need to move our heavy pieces like the rook and the queen. Okay, so the order: first we developed our knight, then we developed our bishop. Black also developed their pieces, and then we can defend this pawn. Yes, first of all, and then we castling. Okay, so castling or secure the king is the second rule, or the third rule. The second rule was to develop the pieces. So the best way to secure the king is castling, because it allows us to remove the king from the center, because in the center there are various attacks on our king. Various attacks are possible on our king, and also why we need to do what is the advantage of the cancelling? Because you connect your heavy pieces, you connect your queen and the rook. Yes, it's also very important. But you can castle not only king side, you also can castle queen side. So what side to choose? When choosing a place for the king, it is important to consider where there are more threats. On this side, yes, on the king side, or on the queen side. And when you see that there are no threats on the king side, for example, you castle on the king side. And it is quicker to castle on the king side, you know, yes, because you need to develop only knight and the bishop. If you want to castle queen side, you need to develop queen also, okay? So this is basic rules. So then you develop other pieces, yes, other light pieces, yes, and now let's talk more about the center. Okay, let's talk more about the center. So capturing the center is necessary first of all in order to position your pieces, yes, on the best positions. And if you have active position of your pieces, yes, you will have advantage. So first of all you need to capture the center to make your pieces to position them on good positions, yes. Okay, second, you need the center to be well protected, because if you have a center good protected, it will be good for you to combine the development of light pieces and to place the pawns, yes. So you need to understand that you need always to combine your light pieces and the pawns. So that's why the center also must be very good protected. Okay, so let's continue. So now let's talk what if some side will have mistakes, yes, in the beginning. What if somebody doesn't want to play properly, he doesn't want to know the rules, yes, he will play as he wants, yes, he will play the moves that doesn't bad moves, okay. Let's say that he will make bad moves, okay, that moves that don't allow him to play with our rules, yes. Okay, first of all we try to capture the center with the pawn, yes. So black play okay, they also capture the center. Then we play king f3, we develop our knight as we told. And now you see that the black don't try to develop his light pieces, he develop the queen. So please tell me, is it good to develop a queen in the beginning of the game? Please tell me, is it good or not? So queen is the most powerful piece. Maybe if we develop it in the beginning, we will have more advantage, we will make some attacks on the king. Maybe we can even make a checkmate in the beginning. But tell me, is it good or not? Please send the comments to the video. Of course it's not. Of course it's not, because when you develop your queen, it's more difficult to develop your knight. You see that there are not so good places for knight. You can't develop it on f6 square, yes. So of course it's not. So then we just develop our pieces. We develop the bishop on c4, and now black just says that they can attack the pawn, our pawn, yes. They try to do their best in the beginning, but is it good? I think not. Yes, it's not so good. So now they just we can just defend our piece by castling kingside, yes, and it's okay for us. We castled. We have two pieces developed, and the black has only the queen developed, yes. Okay, what's next? If they take, please tell me the move. What is the correct move here? Okay, when you find the correct move, I will translate a little bit in Russian. Мы рассмотрели сейчас с вами основы дебюта, да, то есть я рассказал про основы дебюта, про базовые правила дебюта в начале. То есть у нас есть 3 базовых правила в начале. Первое, это мы боремся за центр, боремся для начала за центр пешками, да, вводя их на e4, то, что я показывал. Следующее правило, что когда мы боремся за центр, мы зачем боремся за центр? Чтобы у нас было больше пространства. Таким образом, мы сможем развить свои фигуры, поставить наши фигуры на наиболее активные позиции, чтобы создавать угрозу сопернику. Но мы должны также следить за угрозами нашего соперника, и прежде всего мы должны обезопасить своего короля. Как мы можем обезопасить своего короля? Обезопасить своего короля можем сделать рокировку, да? Мы делаем рокировку, мы уходим королем из центра, где на него может быть максимальное давление, да? Это первое преимущество. Второе преимущество, что мы связываем ладью и ферзя, да? И они начинают уже взаимодействовать, а мы знаем, что очень важно не только развитие фигур по отдельности, но и как они между собой взаимодействуют, как мы комбинируем с пешками, да, то есть как мы тоже взаимодействуем с пешками. То есть первое правило это боремся за центр, второе правило это ставим фигуру на активные позиции, третье правило это мы пытаемся обезопасить нашего короля, делаем рокировку. Окей. В этой позиции мы видим, что белые, ну и порядок развития легких фигур, да, то есть мы сначала пытаемся развить легкие фигуры, сначала мы развиваем коня, затем слона, затем делаем рокировку, да, и потом развиваем другие легкие фигуры коня и слона, и потом только уже тяжелые фигуры, принимаемся за них. Вот в этой позиции мы пытаемся разобрать, какие ошибки сделали черные, то есть белые начали хорошо, да, они сразу начали бороться за центр, да, черные, в принципе, тоже, да, ходом e5 пытались побороться за центр. Дальше белые продолжили правильное развитие, то есть по азы, да, то есть по заветам предков, да, то есть, как говорится, развивать фигуры легкие на хорошие позиции. В свое время черные отклонились от этого плана и вывели ферзя в начале. То есть первый вопрос был, хорошо ли выводить ферзя в начале партии, и ответ был нет, да, разумеется. Дальше они сразу попытались ферзем захватить активную игру, да, и дальше нападать на пешки. Здесь им вроде бы удалось выиграть пешку, но вот я спрашиваю, какой здесь ход наилучший, чтобы завершить партию, да, то есть добиться преимущества явного за белых. Здесь наилучший ход это слон f7. Слон f7, и мы видим, что если побить слона, то черные сразу остаются без ферзя. Вот. А если его не бить, отойти, то здесь тоже очень плохое положение у черных, да, то есть дальше последует ладья e1, вводим еще одну легкую фигуру, и партия на самом деле, партия заканчивается. Okay, so okay, here the best move was knight g5, yes, bishop f7. If black takes, then knight g5 and it's finished, yes. But even if they don't take the sacrifice, if they go here, we just develop our rook, and so you see that the position is very bad for black. So the early development of the queen is not so good. So again, let's see another position. Yes. So this position. Sorry, just one moment. One moment. Okay. 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 So again, we'll talk about the early development of the queen. So let's see. Here we will see the position not for white but for black. Maybe some of you know what is a scholar mate. Please leave plus in the comments or yes if you know what scholar mate is. So scholar mate is the most popular mate, checkmate in chess. It is very popular among the young players, and this opening begins with bishop c4. You just play knight c6, and you see that if you make some move like knight f6 and you attack the queen, so white can give you the checkmate, yes, but of course we know about it, so the best move to defense for black is g6, okay, queen f3, then we again defend, because you see that they again attack our pawn on f7, and if we make move like this, again it's a checkmate, so we need to defend. But they try to attack on our knight, yes, and then they also can attack our pawn on f7. Please tell me what is the best way to defend here. Теперь мы рассматриваем опять тему, почему плохо развивать ферзя в самом начале партии. Пожалуйста, напишите, какой здесь ход был бы самый хороший из-за черных, да, то есть мы видим, что мы разбирали с вами, что есть такой популярный детский мат, да, за белых, то есть он мат в 3 хода, да, по факту. Мат в 4 хода, да. То есть за 4 хода белые уже могут поставить мат. И посмотрели защиту от него ходом g6. Вот. Но дальше белые опять пытались нам поставить мат, поставили ферзя на f3, да, и тут уже надо было защищаться f6. Теперь угрожает пешка g5, то есть они пытаются согнать коня с поля f6 и опять поставить мат. Вот. Нам здесь необходимо найти с вами лучшую защиту. Пожалуйста, напишите, какая здесь была бы лучшая защита за белых. За черных, извиняюсь. Okay, so the best way to defend here will be knight d4. Knight d4, we attack the queen and we attack pawn on c2, and it will be a fork, yes, we will attack the king and the rook. Okay, so now if the queen defends this pawn, yes, so we can move the pawn on d5. We attack the bishop, so I think they need to take it with the pawn. Okay, what's next? Next is bishop g4. We attack the queen, and the only move here to defend the queen is f3. Yes, f3, we defend the queen. And what's next? Knight e4. So please tell me, what will we do if white will take the knight? What will be the best move for the black? So please tell me what will be the best move for the black if white takes the knight. Так, подскажите, пожалуйста, вот сейчас, какой будет лучший ход за белых, за черных, если белые побьют коня на... Нет, коня либо слона, да, то есть если коня не побьют, то мы сразу побьем ферзя. А что будет, если они побьют нашего слона? Да. What will be the best move? Yes, if the white takes bishop on g5, because if they take the knight, we will take the queen, yes. Okay, so if they take the queen on g4, so it will be the move queen h4, and it's a checkmate. Okay, so let's look what is next. Okay, I think we need to hurry up because we have a lot of material more. Yes, very interesting material, and we need to hurry up. Okay. Okay, so what will be if again we will look for black. and we look for position if we have the passive development of our pieces. So we don't make it active, we just make it just passive in the passive way. So let's look if white just played d4. Yes, we play knight f6, and now you see that they develop their knight not in such a good way, because now you just can't develop your bishop and you need to make two moves with your knight. In the beginning you need to move one piece only one time, okay? So just black just try to play more aggressive, e5, take, and now we just want to take back the pawn. But if you see the white will play more passively, like they will attack our knight with h3, here is a brilliant move. Please tell me what here is the best move to play. So here is some tactics. Please tell me what is the best way here to play for black. And when you are just looking for a good move, I will translate in Russian. Теперь опять рассмотрим недостатки, если мы не будем соблюдать базовые принципы игры в дебюте, да. То есть здесь белые пошли достаточно пассивно ходом конь d2. То есть этот ход достаточно пассивный, во-первых, потому что в начале партии нам легкие фигуры желательно двигать только один раз, да, каждую легкую фигуру по вот заветам предков, да, мы должны двигать только один раз в начале партии. В идеале сразу поставить ее на хорошую позицию. Ходом ферзь, конь d2 мы перекрываем слона, мы перекрываем ферзя, да, и теперь у нас не получается быстрое развитие фигур. Так, а дальше черные пытались сыграть немножко агрессивно, да, сыграли сразу e5, хотят поставить коня в центр, но здесь белые сыграли опять же максимально пассивно, они просто напали на коня, сделали ход h3, абсолютно ненужный, да, то есть мы и так конем хотели забрать пешку, а так они нам еще помогают, да, это сделать. Лучше намного был бы ход какой-нибудь e4, вот, но просьба вот найти здесь самый лучший ход за белых. Как здесь могут белые, за черных, как здесь могут черные одним ходом выиграть. Окей. So, the best way to win here is knight e3. We just sacrifice the knight, but from the first view we just look that white can take the knight and they will have just extra piece, yes. But if they don't take the knight, black will take the queen, and black will have advantage, yes, very big advantage, okay. And if they take, just find now the move. Если белые забирают, найдите, пожалуйста, ход. Какой ход сделают черные. So, if they take, the best move will be queen h4. Queen h4. The only way to defend is pawn g3, and it's a checkmate. Okay. These were the examples why we should pay more attention to the basic rules of the opening. Yes. Now let's take a look at some great games of Greco, and also we will talk about the main principles of the opening. Okay. So let's see again what will happen if our opening doesn't comply with the opening rules. Yes, what will happen? e4, e5, knight f3. Again, just black tries to develop, the queen as soon as possible. Yes, so we just don't pay attention. We just develop our pieces, and now again they take, we take. Yes, and it's okay. So we just saw this example, and now just let's try to see just some example why also if black just develop pawn on f7. Okay, if they develop pawn on f7, it's not a good move to develop the pawn from f7 in the very beginning, so don't move f pawn in the beginning. So let's take a look why it is not so good. It was the game of Giuoco, okay, against one of the grandmasters. So here we can just sacrifice our knight. Black takes, and now the best move is queen h5. If they just defend with the pawn g6, we take, and we have just extra material. Yes, we have the rook against the knight. But what will be if they just go king e7? They try to save extra material, but is it good? I think not. We again take, pawn on e5, king f7, bishop c4, king g6, and now queen f5. The only move is king h6, and now d4, check. Okay, the only way to defend is, I think it's not so good to lose our queen, so g5, and now please find the brilliant move. Теперь мы смотрим партию Giuoco, да, одна из таких показательных партий, почему нельзя ходить в начале партии пешкой f за черной, да, то есть e5, f6, это очень плохой ход. То есть мы сразу ослабляем позиции короля, то есть эта вот диагональ простреливается, да, и мы наглядно показали, почему это плохо. Здесь просьба найти самый лучший ход за черных, то есть в принципе позиция у черных уже безнадежна, и вот нужно найти добивающий ход за белых. Okay, so the best move for white is h4. So now you see that there is no defense from the check of the rook. So the only move is king g7, and after queen f7, queen h6, king h6, we just take the pawn, and it's a checkmate because this pawn is defended by our bishop. Okay, so now we just discussed the main rules. Now just let's talk about the first opening. It's called Giuoco Piano, or the Italian game, and it is the most oldest opening, so that's why we just will discuss it. But it's the opening where we have all the basic principles. Okay, it was first played in the beginning of the 16th century, and the Italian famous player Giuoco played it at the beginning of the 17th century. So Giuoco was very popular through the so this opening and was opening through the 19th century, and was one of the most popular openings. And now it's also very popular, and in modern play, grandmasters also play it in very strong tournaments, but now it's not so popular as it was, because there are some another variants, some another openings that became more popular. For example, Ruy Lopez, that we will discuss later. Okay, but Giuoco Piano was played by Anatoly Karpov. He played it against, for example, Viktor Korchnoi in the 1981 on the World Championship match. Okay, also Garry Kasparov used it. Among the most popular players is also Vladimir Kramnik, played it, Vishwanathan Anand, Magnus Carlsen, practically everybody, yes, Jan Nepomniachtchi, and so on. Also in the match of Jan and Magnus Carlsen, it was also played. Okay, let's take a look. What are the moves in the Giuoco Piano? So in Italian opening, so first it is e4, e5. So again, we capture the center, develop our central pawn. Knight f3. So knight c6, and the next it's bishop c4. So it is the main moves of the Giuoco Piano. So in this position we see that white tried to develop their pieces as soon as possible. So then we can play d2 to d3. It's called Giuoco Pianissimo. So also there are some moves like c2 to c3, just to play d4 and try to capture the center as soon as possible. Okay, so there are, I think, two main lines here. Yes, the first line is to play d3, and let's take a look here. Yes, it is Giuoco Pianissimo, so it's more conservative way to play Giuoco Piano, because you see that we don't capture quickly the center. We just try to develop pieces first, yes, and only then we will think about more aggressive ways to play. So first of all, we just develop our pieces. So, and it's the most conservative way to play. Why it's called Giuoco Piano. So Giuoco Piano translates in Russian from the Italian as тихая игра, Giuoco Pianissimo, тишайшая игра. То есть I will translate in Russian. Самый популярный, да, дебют, который был еще изобретен в 16 веке, это итальянская партия, да, Giuoco Piano, да, на итальянском звучит. И этот дебют, он, как бы, опять же, повторюсь, что он создан по зову предков, да, то есть мы следуем всем базовым правилам, и здесь есть разные ветки, да, то есть самое основное, что мы стараемся бороться за центр, развиваем фигуры, делаем все как надо, в общем, да. Вот, и здесь есть две основные линии, то есть первая линия это d2, d3, называется Giuoco Pianissimo, то есть здесь мы не пытаемся сразу бороться за центр, мы потихонечку развиваем пешку на d3, да, то есть у нас нет агрессивной игры, то есть здесь такая вязкая игра получается, мы пытаемся сначала опять же развить наши фигуры все, и только потом мы будем уже думать, а какие дальше более агрессивные вещи, да, какие проблемы поставить перед нашим соперником. Вот. Ну и возможное развитие партии. So you can see such moves here. Okay, and you see that it is just equal position, yes, for both sides. Okay, the more aggressive way to play here is c2, c3, and then we just attack the center with the pawn on d2. Okay, so here the main line is to play c2 to c3. So when black just develops the bishop on c5, it is called classical variation, yes. And when we just move this pawn on d4 with the help of the pawn c3, it is called center attack. So center attack, we just try to attack the center as soon as possible. Yes, we try to capture the center and to try to make the positions of the black pieces as worst as possible. Yes, we try to make them not active. We try to make them stand not on good positions. Okay, let's see what's next. Capture, and now it's bishop b4, a check. So now we have some variants. Yes, how to defend from the check. King f1, I think is not good, yes, because we lose our opportunity to make castling. So the baseline is bishop d2. Also we have the move knight c3, and we'll see it later. It's called Greco Gambit, yes, but the baseline I think is bishop d2, and after capturing, black has also counter play with d5, yes. So d5 is a good counter move because black also attacks the center, they capture the center, and after capturing, you see that it's probably the equal position. Yes, it's not bad for black also. They have knight in the center, we have the isolated pawn, but we also have active rooks, we have active bishop, so the position I think is pretty equal. So okay, let's see what will be if we just try to play knight c3 here. It's called Greco Gambit, and it's Gambit, yes. Let's first discuss what is a Gambit. A gambit is an opening in which one of the sides sacrifices a pawn, or even sometimes they can sacrifice a light piece. Yes, so here we sacrificed our pawn because knight can't take the knight because of the pin. So we need, so we just sacrificed this pawn. And why we do it? Why we sacrifice the piece in the opening? Because we sacrifice it in order to significantly significantly decrease the opening development. Yes, how we did it, and we need to, and also we want to create a dangerous attack. Why we did it? So you see that here knight made already two moves. Yes, why we now just made we just make a castle king side, and we have just more attempts. Yes, we have just more moves here. So, and after taking the position can be like that, but it's also it's bad move here. So you see, if just black just play not good, they just can't lose the bishop, but this position is pretty equal, I think. So we have not so a lot of advantage. It's pretty equal. Okay, but now let's talk more about the attacking potential of the whites here. So again, we'll look for the Greco's game. Greco was one of the most popular chess players in the 17th century, you know. So and he played, of course, a lot Giuoco Piano. So let's take a look if black will do not the best moves, how our attack can develop. So if they attack with the knight, our knight on c3, and black take with the bishop, so one of the good ways here to play is queen b3. We just attack the pawn and attack the bishop, and if black will be greedy here, yes, if we will just take our sacrifice of the rook, we sacrifice the rook, yes, so here we just can make a very good attack. So first of all we made a check on f7. The only moves is here or here. Of course, knight on king on f6 on f8 is the best move. So then we attack the queen. They don't want to lose their queen, and we just make our knight also active. So you see, here we have a lot of pieces near the black skin. Yes, so black just tried to defend, and now we want to give a checkmate. So if black take our bishop, it will be checkmate because the knight will defend our queen, and if they take the knight, again we can just make a checkmate because the bishop will defend our queen. So they need to defend, and the best way to defend here is d5. So you see now that the diagonal is protected from our queen, but we have a free line still, and now it's another threat, another attack. And now if they just defend by bishop f5, we take the bishop, they take our knight, and now you see that is a checkmate. So it's a Greco's mate, one of the classical mates in the chess. So let's take a look next against Greco's Gambit. what's next we can do? Again, if black are greedy and take our rook, we just can make such a beautiful mate. Yes, very beautiful mate. And another trap. Here, if now they play d6, so again we just can win the piece. Okay, so we just discussed the main lines in Italian game Giuoco Piano and saw some interesting attacking lines here. Yes, and how you can easily win the game if black will not defend in the best way. Okay, the next opening which I will discuss is Ruy Lopez, or Spanish opening. It's called Ruy Lopez because it's named after the 16th century Spanish chess player and also priest Ruy Lopez. Now it's still the most popular opening because later it was Italian game, now it is Spanish game. Yes, because it has many variations, I think much more than Italian game. And let's see what's the main difference between these two lines. Okay, two openings. First of all, we play e4 again, e5, knight f3, knight c6, and please tell me if you know what is the next play, the next move in this position. So last time we played bishop c4. Yes, so it's very good diagonal for the bishop because we attack pawn on f7 and make some attack on the king. But now let's try to make what is the move here. What is the move here? And I will translate in Russian. Мы посмотрели только что с вами итальянскую партию, да, основные атакующие линии в итальянской партии, обсудили два разных концепции, да, как играть в итальянской партии, более спокойную, да, Giuoco Pianissimo, когда мы не сразу захватываем центр, и концепцию с c3, d4, да, когда мы стараемся сразу захватить центр, сразу перехватить инициативу и начать атаку, да, начать наши активные действия. Также мы рассмотрели с вами гамбит грека, где мы с начала партии сразу жертвуем пешку, но мы жертвуем ее за большую инициативу, да, и мы сразу, если черные будут предпринимать какие-то не самые лучшие контрмеры против наших атакующих действий, то мы можем достаточно быстро выиграть партию, поставить мат и выиграть достаточно материала. Так, давайте с вами обсудим, какой здесь следующий ход, да, в испанской партии, то есть следующую партию, которую с вами обсуждаем, это испанская партия, также называется Руy Lopez на английском языке, в честь шахматиста, да, который ее изобрел. Да, и здесь то есть в итальянской партии это был ход слон c4, да, сразу начинаем атаку на пешку f7 на короля, здесь это ход слон b5. Okay, what is the main idea of the bishop b5? So the main idea of the bishop b5 is to take the knight and to win the pawn. Yes, so black should defend somehow. Yes, so also the classical variation here is bishop c5, like in the Italian game. So black also develops the bishop. Now they don't. So also the main idea of the Spanish game is d4. So if they play knight bishop c5, now they have no threat d4. But what will be if we just take? Yes, take the pawn and take it. So please tell me what is the best move for black here. So we just won the pawn, yes, but is it good for us or not? Please tell me. Is it okay? Так, пожалуйста, скажите, если все-таки здесь, как мы хотели, да, мы побьем коня в начале партии, потом выиграем пешку, казалось бы, будет ли это хорошо ли это для нас? То есть найдите здесь ход за черных, да, который мог бы испортить нам жизнь, так скажем. So, okay, of course, here is a move queen d4, so they just want to make a checkmate, and if we defend with the knight d3, so black just can take the pawn, and it's much better position for black than for white. That's why we don't take the pawn, the bishop, the knight and the pawn. We just play c3. So here again we have the same plan as in the Italian game. We want to capture the center as soon as possible, and to develop our pieces, yes, and to make the pieces of our opponent not to be active, to make their positions not good, yes, not good at all. Okay, and so if black play f6, so again we can sacrifice the pawn, but with sacrifices for our active development. Okay, so okay, if they take, so some people call this just Spanish gambit, okay, because we sacrifice the pawn for our activity. What's next? Next we just capture the center as we want it. If they take. So now you see the position of the bishop is not good, because now our pawn just controls the center, and this bishop is not good, yes, at all. So next let's try to make the position to make the positions of other pieces be worse, yes, be not good. Okay, next is d5. Now this pawn is also no good. He stands on not such good position. Okay, what's next? Next we just make this knight to be worse, and if he plays, for example, d6, yes, he goes back. You see that the position of the black pieces are not good at all. So what's next? Now we just control this free line, and if black just castling kingside, please just find the best way to attack here. Just please try to find the best way how to win this game. Так, сейчас переведу, да, то есть мы рассматриваем сейчас первый вариант, то есть в испанской партии классический вариант, когда мы пытаемся, когда черный ходит слон c5, а мы пытаемся сразу накатить по центру, то есть пойти c3, d4, да, и постараться как можно быстрее захватить самим центр, поставить наши фигуры на активные позиции, а черный, чтобы максимально неудобное положение ставили свои фигуры. Вот смотрите, теперь у нас наши фигуры все достаточно хорошо стоят, и более того, они сразу могут навалиться на короля. И я вас прошу здесь найти самый лучший ход. Здесь можем поставить мат по заветам грека, да. Вот недавно мы рассматривали с вами мат грека. Так, найдите ход, пожалуйста, какой здесь атакующий ход вы сможете найти. Так, окей. So, the best move here is bishop h7. We just sacrifice the bishop. Okay, if the king takes, we just give a check, and then we just develop our attack. We develop our attack with the queen. So now there is a threat. We can just make a checkmate in one move. So black need to defend. They go rook e8, and after this move, they defend. Yes, they just. Do we have some more attacks? From the first view, we see that the black defended, yes, but what is the next move? How can we win the game? Okay. И теперь надо найти еще один ход, да, как мы можем выиграть партию. Здесь мы можем пойти конь h7 и поставить мат. То есть мы поставили мат по заветам грека, да, такой атакующий мат абсолютно. То есть мы развили все фигуры, оттеснили фигуры соперника, захватили центр и провели стремительную атаку. Вот это заветы грека, да, то есть разрываем центр, захватываем его, разрываем, то есть оттесняем полностью фигуру соперника и проводим стремительную атаку. Вот это очень классно, конечно, звучит. Вот, если как раз соперник будет играть неубедительно, да, мы можем сделать вот такой вот красивый мат. Okay, what's next? But if the black just don't take our sacrifice, they can also make a castle kingside. What's next? Next we again just try to capture the center. Yes, just try to make the pieces not good. Light pieces again. This knight is not good. So now we need to make this knight not to be so good. We just play d5. You see how strong pieces we have. They control the center. They have no just concurrent. They don't have. If we just compare with the black's pawns, so our pawns are just monsters. Yes, they are very good pawns. Okay, and now again we just want to make a very good attack. Yes, we need to make the strongest attack. And if black just plays something, they just also want to capture the center somehow. They want to make some counter game somehow. Okay, again these tactics work. Again the checkmate by the rules of Greco. Yes, a little more difficult, but not so difficult. Yes, and now try to find the move. Again it's knight h6, and now just try to give a checkmate. What is the checkmate here? After f6 it is queen g7. Да. И опять же, если вот здесь I will translate, и опять же, если здесь черные даже бы не взяли нашу пешку, да, то есть они бы тоже развили своего короля, защитили, казалось бы. Опять нам помогло то, что мы быстро захватили центр, да, и старались поставить мат. Если же здесь, например, черные отходят, черные здесь немножко неаккуратно отошли, да, конечно, здесь стоило пойти по-другому, да, то есть после, например, можно было бы, сейчас мы как раз рассмотрим эти варианты. Опять же, сейчас я продолжу на английском. То есть здесь можно было пойти по-другому, и позиция черных была бы получше, да. Так. То есть здесь после уже, конечно, здесь уже позиция намного хуже, да, стала. Так. Например, да. Например, здесь можно было бы пойти конем не сюда, да, а конем отойти сюда. Вот в этой позиции. Но здесь, опять же, мы можем быстро выиграть это. Опять же, можем получить большое преимущество. So how can we make an advantage in this position if the knight goes not to f, if the knight doesn't go to d6, but he goes to f6. So in this position, we will lose this pawn. Yes, in any way we'll lose this pawn, but we will lose it in the best way. The best way to lose it is d6, and if the black takes, we just take the knight, and you see that black here has two extra pawns, but their position is very bad, because after such moves you see that they can even get a checkmate, but even if they defend in a better way, you see that that the position of black is not good at all. Okay, white has a very big advantage here. Okay, let's take a look at the another variant. So another variant is here is a6. Yes, it is the most popular variant in the Spanish opening. So let's take a look how to play next. So again, we can play something like this. If you see, if after the castling black just takes, so now we again can make our plan with capturing the center. Yes, and after this you see that the position is not good at all for black. Just trust me, please. Here the position is not good at all. Yes, so here we have +2 pawns by the computer. Okay, but the main line here is not to take, just to develop also pieces. And now we just try not to change our bishop for the knight. Now that's why we play c3, and also we want to play d4. So, and after these moves, so black just also want to capture the center here. So you see that the black has a very good counter game in the center and on the queen side. So the main line here is to play something like this. So to just, it is very popular moves by the knight, and to go to e3. And here you see that is the equal position, yes. So I will also translate it in Russian. Здесь наиболее популярный ход, это ход a6, да, который мы рассмотрели. Это наиболее популярная линия за черных сейчас, да. Там также она сейчас называется защита Морфи. И здесь у белых не такой атакующий потенциал, да, как в классическом варианте. Вот. Ну, в классическом варианте там тоже на самом деле есть хорошие ходы. Ну вот еще раз, кстати, я забыл сказать, что какое основное отличие, когда слон стоит на b5 и на c4. То, что здесь при ходе белых, да, у них нет хода d5, да, то есть они не нападают на нашего слона, потому что слон стоит здесь, и у них не получается развить свою контур-игру при помощи хода d5. Okay, and I just want to tell some details. So why Ruy Lopez is better in some ways, because we just place our bishop on b5, and now black has no counter game with the move d5. Okay, so and it's much better. It's much better move in this position, because we just can continue our attack, and black has practically no counter chances. Okay. So let's take a look at another most popular now position, variant, branch in the Spanish game. It's the move knight f6. It's Berlin defense. So Berlin defense is now one of the most popular positions because of Kramnik, I think, because Kramnik just developed this branch a lot. So first chess player who developed this branch was Taras, also very popular chess player. Okay, and let's take a look at the main variant. So again we play d4, we just capture the center, and you see here we just again sacrifice the pawn in the beginning, yes, to make some advantage in activity, and so if they take, you see that they just can lose the knight, and the position will be they will not lose the knight, but the position will be not so good for black, I think. So the main line here, because they can play d5, f5, and so on. f5 is the best way. d5 is not so good way, yes, because now we have +2 pawns. But the main line here is to play knight d6, with black just attack our bishop. We need to take. They take, we take, they take, and you see that black just lost the opportunity to make castling. But the game now is not in the beginning, it is the middle of the game, and even it is more even the end game will be soon. So it's not so bad that our king is in the center, because you know that at the end game the king must be in the center more than in the, so he must be more active, and center is is practically the most active position. Okay, let me translate in Russian. Теперь давайте рассмотрим одну из самых популярных, опять же, веток сегодня в испанской защите. Это берлинская защита, да? В испанской партии это берлинская защита. Мы рассмотрели, что она продолжается после ходов конь f6. Да, и здесь вот мы получили такую позицию. Мы видим, что черные лишились рокировки, у них сдвоенные пешки, да. Но то, что король не рокируется, это не так плохо, потому что уже середина партии, близко конец партии, и черные, словно говоря, что король в центре не так плохо, потому что, наоборот, в середине и в конце партии король должен быть более активным, и центральные клеточки, да, они хорошо для этого подходят, центральная позиция. Так, но опять же мы видим, что у черных есть два слона, и они это могут очень хорошо использовать. So black is also black has two bishops, and it is very strong advantage, yes, but it can be compensated that because the black has double pawn, yes, here, and the king is in the center. It is not. It has no opportunity to make castle. Okay. Okay. Let's see what was in this game. It was just bishop g5, and it's not so good move because the square d8 was not good for the king because it can be easily attacked by the rook. So g5, bishop g5 is not so good, but still it's not also bad move because white just developed the bishop. So we just develop. We just tell the whites that they need to they need just by the move h6 we just attack the bishop and make them move on f4. Again we develop the pieces, change, and you see that somehow we go to this position, yes, and let's take a look at this position more carefully. So you see that in this position white has no good light pieces because they are not active. Bishop is not active at all. This knight is okay, but it has also not a lot of good opportunities, not a lot of good functions. So black pieces are much better, yes, here. So, and even their pawns on the queen side will be also okay because of the plan just to move here and to make an isolated pawn, yes, and to go and transform it into the queen. So let's see what was next. Next was something like that. Again, we just changed the pieces, yes, we just changed our knight, and here you see that white has no good moves at all. They just need to stand and so on. We have a plan to go here with the king to take the pawns, and we just make it, and you see that white has no good defense. And what's next? Just now they had a plan earlier just to exchange their knight by d6 to sacrifice the pawn, but to have a better position, yes, but they didn't make it, and now it was just too late, and just try to find the best moves here, how to play for the black. Okay, if the white takes c3, what is the best move? So if the white takes c3, just please take a look. Мы с вами рассмотрели вот одну из основных таких партий в берлинской защите. Там мы рассмотрели с вами не основную ветку, которая сейчас играется, а одну из первых партий, одну из таких интересных партий, когда Тараш играл с гармонистом. Вот, и в этой партии мы видим, что за счет чего эта ветка не самая худшая, да, то есть за счет чего черные могут получить неплохую игру в берлинской защите. Okay, the best move here is b3, and white just has no defense here. Okay, let's take a look now on the last debut here. It's King's Gambit. So King's Gambit was one of the most popular openings. Also, it was a weapon in the hands of such players as Murphy, Anderson, Chigorin, and so on. And of course, chess gambit is one of the most attacking game openings. It is one of the sharpest and also one of the most difficult openings to play. Okay. It was also first found in the book of Lopez, Ruy Lopez, that we discussed earlier, and an important role in the development of this opening played Greco, Palerio, Salve, and other chess players. Okay, so first of all, let's take a look how this opening begins. Again, e4, e5, and then the move f4. Yes. So this position. So what can we tell about? So what we just can tell about this position? Okay. So first of all, with this position, if the black takes, so again we have the free f line also, and we just try to capture the center. We attack the center with f pawn, and later we will have this free line, yes, maybe for our rook to attack. Okay, and what's next? Next, if black takes, let's take a look. One of the if black is not so good prepared for this line, it's under prepared against King's Gambit, what can the game look like? Knight f3, we develop our knight, d6, yes, so they play d6 to just develop the bishop, yes, okay, c4, knight c6, d4, just we capture the center, knight bishop e7, because they want to play g5, maybe just to defend this pawn and this pawn, but now we take, and you see that if black just play not so aggressive, not so active, they just not prepared for the King's Gambit. So King's Gambit may be a very good opportunity to make a very good advantage in the beginning of the game. But you know, if the black are prepared, they will also have a very good chances. That's the problem, because now practically every good player is very good prepared for the King's Gambit, and they have a very good defense. But still, let's try to look for very beautiful games, full of sacrifices, full of attacks, and how can a white play here? Okay, again, now if just black don't try to, in this line, yes, we just played d6, and we didn't accept the King's Gambit. We just tried to play more conservative, more defensive. Yes. Let's try to think what will we do if they play, if black just accept King's Gambit. They take the pawn on f6, so we develop our knight. So now they defend the pawn, and now we place bishop c4. So this gambit is called Palerio Gambit or Muzzo Gambit. So this is very aggressive. So now we also sacrifice the knight, not only the pawn. We have no material, but you see that we have very active pieces. So black just try to defend more. They don't want to lose the material. They are very greedy. They play queen f6. Yes, we sacrifice again another pawn. So you see that we have two pawns to sacrifice and one knight. But it's not over. We still sacrifice, and now we sacrifice the bishop. Black takes the bishop, and what do you think? What's next? We will sacrifice our pieces again. d4, we sacrifice our pawn again. They take, and we sacrifice another piece. We want to sacrifice every piece from the board, but let's take a look what will be if the black will take our bishop. Please tell me in the comments what will be if the queen will take our bishop on e6 or on e3. What will be next? Okay, if they take, what will be? So, okay. Okay, what will be next? We can take it with our queen, and you see that there is a pin. Black can't take. Yes, black can take. Can't take our queen because of the pin, and we have extra material. So, okay, what's next? So they don't want to take our bishop. They see it. So what's next? Yes. So what's next? They will take our pawn again. So we sacrifice the rook. Okay. We sacrifice the rook. Please tell me what will be the next move. Да, пока вы ищете новый ход, то есть здесь мы видим, что это королевский гамбит, да, и мы рассматриваем самый агрессивный вариант в королевском гамбите, где мы жертвуем практически все. То есть, смотрите, мы уже пожертвовали половину своих фигур, да, а черные потеряли только 2 пешки. Так, и королевский гамбит, я на русский переведу, для тех, кто попозже пришел. Да, вот здесь просьба написать, какой ход мы сделаем за белых. Королевский гамбит — это один из самых агрессивных дебютов, потому что мы сразу жертвуем сходу пешку на f4, да, мы с вами говорили, что пешку на f вообще лучше не двигать, да, а мы, ну, то есть надо несколько раз подумать в начале, двигать ее или нет, а мы с самого начала, вторым ходом ее двигаем. Вот, королевский гамбит был очень популярен в 19 веке, да, но потом черные нашли очень хорошую защиту на все варианты, и не так легко стало здесь белым добиваться преимущества. Но при неправильной игре черных, да, опять же, ну, при пассивной, белые здесь очень легко могут добиваться значительного успеха. Okay, yes, bishop d4 is a very good move, and it's correct. So now if bishop, not bishop d4, queen f4 is a correct move. Bishop d4 is not good because they take with a check. Yes, so here is queen f4. Again, they defend by the queen. And what's next? Now it is queen c4, check again. And after d5, we take, and we see that the queen will be lost, and we will have much better position. Okay, it was Poleria Muzzo Gambit. So the next move here is Bishop's Gambit. Okay, let's take a look what is a Bishop Gambit. Bishop Gambit was also very popular in the last century, but now it's not so popular. And the most aggressive way for black is to play queen h4. We play king f1. What will be if we play g3? What will be the move if we play g3? Please tell me. Да, теперь мы рассмотрим. Да, сегодня у нас получилось подольше, потому что тема очень обширная, и не удалось так быстро все рассмотреть, но мне кажется, это очень важно, да, понять, почему, например, тот или иной дебют, какие имеют преимущества, да, и почему стоит его играть. Так, давайте теперь посмотрите, пожалуйста, что будет на ход g3 в этой позиции. А вот следующий, мы рассмотрели с вами гамбит Полерия, да, или Муцио. Сейчас мы рассмотрим с вами гамбит слона в королевском гамбите, и один из самых агрессивных ходов на гамбит слона — это ход ферзь h4. Найдите ход, какой ход, прошу вас написать. Да, здесь мы просто можем побить и на взятие забрать ладью, да, то есть здесь все просто, поэтому на этот ход мы не играем g3, а ходим король f1. That's why we don't play g3, because we will lose our bishop, or our rook. So we play king f1, and then we just attack, then black just attack the white, and just want to make a checkmate. What's next? We just play d4, and after d4 we play knight f3, And if the black will don't play correct here, yes, let's take a look. We can just easily win the queen. So now queen has not a lot of good moves, so only good move here is queen g4. But after knight bishop f7, you see, after bishop f7, if they take, please tell me what is the move here. If black just takes the bishop, what is the best move here? So if they take, we just play knight e5 and take the queen, yes. So they don't take our sacrifice, but after rook h6, you see that the queen is lost. Okay, so it's the way how we can play against move h4, yes. But you see that also we can just in King's Gambit, we can in the King's Gambit, Knight's Gambit, we can play just knight f6, and this position will be equal. Of course, it will be not so easy to play. Yes, it seems difficult. Yes, if you don't play this position, but it's equal for both sides. Okay, so this is the main line. This is one of the most lines how to play in this position. If you play, if white play bishop's gambit, and this position is equal for both sides. Okay, and that's not over. Just let's again let's again just try to discuss King's Gambit. We have some more material. So another variant is King's Knight's Gambit. King's Knight's Gambit, and it is continued by the move knight f3. And you will see now. You saw this position again, yes. And it was passive game from black. Теперь с вами разберем еще одну из основных веток, это гамбит коня. Мы его с вами эту позицию смотрели. Да, если черный играет здесь пассивно, то белый здесь добивается преимущества. Давайте здесь посмотрим, как все-таки черные, как я говорил, в последнее время у черных здесь нашлись очень хорошие защиты, поэтому королевский гамбит, он не такой стал популярный, да, потому что черные легко здесь могут достаточно легко уравнять. Вот давайте посмотрим, как более агрессивно здесь играть за черных. So let's take a look for more aggressive way to play for black. So it's now g5. We just play h4, king e5, knight e5. We just take the pawn. Yes, and you see, so it's I think very crazy game, but still you see in this position we have equal position. It's equal for both sides, but I think it's very crazy to play, but it's equal. Really interesting, yes. So again, let's take a look at another variant of Knight's Gambit. Also crazy. So again, knight f3, g5, h4, g4. Again, knight e5. Very good move. This is and you can also see that this variant is popular among players on chess.com, rated about 2000. So you can also can make some tricks with them. Okay, now g5, knight g4, knight e4, and very crazy positions. Now we sacrifice the rook. So we sacrifice the rook, and if you play bishop f4, because another moves just lead to black's advantage. Okay, we sacrifice the rook, but you see that we win the queen here, and after such moves, this position is equal. It's really crazy, but you know that this position is equal. Okay, let's look for some traps in the King's Gambit. For example, if again black play f6, so we can easily win the rook. Yes, here. Okay, what's next? If again we can black move not correct. For example, if they don't play g4, they play f6. So we just can sacrifice our knight, and after queen h5, king e7 in such position, it's a checkmate. Yes, it's a checkmate, very beautiful checkmate. If I hurry up because we have some material more, but we have not a lot of time. Again, let's take a look at another trap in the chess gambit. If black play f5, take, and after queen h5, g6, you see that we just won the rook, and it's also a very beautiful trap. Okay, and again, king knights gambit. What will be next? If black just want to save these pawns, yes, if they want to save these pawns, if they are greedy, again we will just make a beautiful move in knight moves. Okay, also, again, let's take a look at another variant. It's also not so, it's also popular. It's countering the king's gambit game. So here we can play, for example, bishop c5, yes, and it's another popular variant. And after knight f3, d6. So after such game, you just don't need to accept the king's gambit by the moves bishop c5, yes, and d6. And the position will be good for you. For example, you can play now d6, something like this, c3, and this position is equal. Yes. So there are I will have no time, so I won't tell you the variants, but I will show you some traps here. If, for example, again, black don't accept the king's gambit, they play counter gambit. So here, after if now white takes the pawn on e4, on e5, after queen e4, after queen e4, you see that the position for black is very bad, for white is very bad. Окей, так, давайте с вами переведу. Мы с вами рассмотрели основные линии в королевском гамбите, да, и осталась у нас на самом деле последняя линия, да, и так еще давайте вот посмотрим, кстати, интересную с вами последний вариант в контргамбите, да, то есть мы с вами рассмотрели разные варианты. Это вариант контргамбита, он начинается с ходом слон c5 и d6, да, после knight f3. So let's take a look at another trap in the counter gambit. It's if just black plays queen e7, again, yes, we just can easily win the queen, yes. Or if they play just try to avoid the pin, play king d8. So now it's checkmate. Okay, and the last but not the least counter gambit is it's a folk bear counter gambit. It's continued by the move d5. Okay, and so one of the variants, for example, the main line is e4 here, but for example, if black just takes pawn on f4, so this variant is also popular. But let's take also a look at the trap. Yes, if, for example, white tried to win the pawn by the move e2, yes, so here they just take this pawn also, the white are greedy, so now we just can make such trap. Okay, we just discussed practically everything here. So, and at the very end of our lecture, let me try to tell you that of course everybody has its own manner of playing, yes, but you need, especially in the very beginning, more solid openings like Italian game, Ruy Lopez, yes, just Giuoco Piano, Ruy Lopez, because when you play with the basic rules of the opening, your level of playing is improving much better. Because if you just begin with, for example, King's Gambit, it's very difficult to play, and you just don't understand the positional playing. Yes, you just don't understand the positions very good, and your level maybe not so good. Maybe you can win games, but common as a chess player, your level will improve much more slowly if you will play Ruy Lopez Gambit or Giuoco Piano, because in such positions are just the best patterns how you should try to learn. Yes, because these moves will be are played according to the best standards of chess. Yes, so let me just translate it in Russian. Какую все-таки, исходя из того, что мы посмотрели, какое начало лучше всего играть? То есть мы с вами обсудили более пассивные начала, да, такие как итальянская партия, более консервативные, скажем, не пассивные. Затем мы перешли к испанской партии, где количество вариантов огромно, где вы можете как атаковать, начинать вашу партию со стремительных атак, гамбитов и так далее, и опять же более пассивным вариантом переходить. И рассмотрели такой самый агрессивный вариант, как королевский гамбит. Я бы не рекомендовал начинать с королевского гамбита, потому что здесь очень сложная игра, и эта игра, она не основана на самом деле базовых принципах шахмат. То есть мы говорили, что вначале нам нужно побороться за центр, да, центральными пешками. Пешки F вообще лучше не двигать, затем развивать фигуры, затем легкие, затем обезопасить своего короля. Королевский гамбит абсолютно этим требованиям в большинстве вариантов не соответствует, как мы посмотрели. Игра очень тяжелая, и как начинающим шахматистам, так и продолжающим этот дебют я бы не рекомендовал. Его можно иногда играть, преподнося сюрпризы очень неприятные вашим соперникам. Мы видели, если соперник не подготовлен, для него королевский гамбит может быть очень неприятным сюрпризом. Но в большинстве случаев все-таки я вам рекомендую играть по стандартам, по наивысшим стандартам шахмат, да, в начале партии, таким как итальянская, испанская партия. И иногда их чередовать, редко, с такими дебютами, как королевский гамбит. So thank you very much. So today we have a lot of material to discuss. And we saw the standards, so the gold standards of chess, the basic rules, the basic principles. I advise you to play according to the best standards, to the general standards of the opening, just to capture the center, just to develop light pieces, and to ensure that your king is in safety. Yes, to make castle kingside. You can play such openings like King's Gambit, but don't play it too often, because you see that this opening doesn't has such standards in the beginning as the other openings. Of course, if your opponent is not so good prepared for this position, it will be a very bad surprise for him if you will play King's Gambit. But try to play more positions which are more classical. Yes, just try to play such openings as Ruy Lopez and Giuoco Piano. Okay, thank you all for today. That's all. Thank you everybody, and I will see on the next lecture on the next week. Всем спасибо большое. Увидимся на следующей неделе. Всего хорошего.